Like all good designers, you probably have an overall design theme or brand and some standards that you want to enforce across all your web pages. Well, this is your opportunity to incorporate a brand and your standards by adding them to the template. A brand typically includes a logo, so we're going to add a logo to the header area of our template. The logo has already been created and added as a portal component, so all we need to do is click on the panel where we'd like to add the portal component. In our example, I'm going to click on Panel Header Right, which brings up a menu, and then we're going to click on Add a Shared Component to this panel. This is going to take us to our Portal Component Explorer, where now we're going to search for our portal component. I know it begins with the word demo. And there's our component, Demo Point Dynamics logo. I'm going to highlight that, click on Target, and click on the Finish button. And now we've added the logo to the upper right-hand corner of our template. We also want to put some kind of placeholder text in the area of the page that will eventually contain a page title. I'm going to accomplish this by clicking on the panel where I want to place the text. In this case, Panel Header, which is going to bring up a menu. I'm going to click on Add an HTML placeholder to this panel. And we can see the placeholder has now been added. I want to quickly change one of the configuration options for this placeholder. So we'll go down to the menu, get rid of this, save and finish. And now I'm ready to add my placeholder text to the placeholder component. So I'm going to click on the Edit button, which is going to take me to our HTML editor. And I'm going to go into the HTML mode of the editor. And for expediency, paste some predefined text. And click on Save. And go back to our template, refresh, and now we can see our placeholder text added to the header area of our template. Now I need to add some standard text to the footer area of the template and add a standard shared component that will allow me to switch back and forth between layout mode and live mode. Again, I'll be clicking on the name of the panel where I want to make my changes. In our case, that's going to be Panel Footer. And the first thing I'm going to do is add another HTML placeholder to our template. And we can see it's been added to the template. I'm going to go ahead and make that same configuration change as I made earlier to the other component. And now I'm going to go back and add my standard text to my footer. As I did before, I'm going to get into our HTML editor, go into HTML mode, and I'm going to paste some predefined text, save that, go back to our template, do a refresh, and we can see the standard text now placed in the footer area of our template. Next, I need to add a shared component to the panel. And as before, I'm going to have to search for that component. This component begins with the word layout. And there's my switch to layout control portal component. I will highlight it, click on Target, and click on Finished. And we can now see the layout mode component added to the bottom left-hand corner of the footer area of our template. Now let's see what our web template will look like in a standard web browser. We're going to accomplish this by clicking on Live Mode. And we can see our design is definitely improving. There are still more changes we need to make, like adding a standard navigation menu and some additional placeholder text, but at this point we're going to jump ahead and see the completed web page with all the changes applied.